Everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how I do my daily foundation and eyebrow routine. I figured I'd stick them into one video because my eyebrows don't have a lot of steps. There's literally just one step, so I figured it doesn't really make sense to make it its own video because it would be such a short, pointless video, so I combine them. So if you want to see how I do my face every day, then just keep watching. So first, I prepped my skin, primed with the Nivea post-shave balm. This is the cooling one because that was the only one they had at Walmart at the time. But I was a little skeptical at first. I was like, I don't know. But it works so good. If you haven't tried this yet underneath your foundation, oh my gosh, does it ever work good. Like, I have super oily skin and like pretty big pores, but this helps with it so much. Like, I've used primers in the past. I've never really noticed the difference a whole lot, but this, like, damn do I notice the difference. But anyway, that's what I first put on my skin. Next, I'm going to be taking my foundation, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, and I'm in the color 220. This is the hydrating and smooth one, but I personally like the matte one. I just wanted to switch it up and see if there's like a huge difference or not, but I like the matte one more definitely because this one is a little more dewy for my skin because it's oily. But yeah, I just put it on the back of my hand and then I just take any finger and start to dab it all over my face. As you can see, I have pretty gross skin. The past couple months I've had a really bad acne outbreak. I don't know what caused it or what happened. I don't know. I just had some bad luck with my skin. As you can tell, it's finally starting to get better. The bumps have gone down and there's not as many pimples. It's more so just acne scarring because I don't know how to leave my face alone. But yeah, just a little backstory for that. So once that's dotted all over my face, I take my e.l.f. powder brush, just a little tiny brush like that, and I start to blend this in. No particular fashion. I do try to do it in circular motions and then pat it down because I know that's good for your hairs or like any dry skin you might have, so it doesn't like push it up. So I'm just gonna do that all over my face, just like this. So next, if I had like really bad acne, like some big pimples on my face like I had in the past, I would use my Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer because this stuff is the shit. It's so good for its price. It covers up so much. It's like so thick and like a little bit goes a long way. So this tube lasts forever. I've been using it for a long time now for like really bad areas and sometimes even under my eyes if I'm looking really tired. But I think I use the color medium light. But today I'm just going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Fair. And just place that under my eyes. And, you know, do the usual triangle thing. And then I put some on my chin, corners of my mouth, on top. I also bring it down just the bridge of my nose, just to, you know, highlight that area. And then I put some on my nostrils because my nostrils can get a little red sometimes. And then I bring it up onto my forehead, just usually in between my eyebrows because the rest of my forehead's pretty good, so just put it here to highlight. Then I'm going to be taking my beauty blender. It's not an actual beauty blender, it's like one of the cheaper ones you can find at the drugstore. And I whipped it when I was trying to clean it. I don't know, I have such a hard time cleaning these. I want to buy like the legitimate like beauty blender cleaner because trying to like wash it with these homemade remedies, I don't know, I just suck at it and it's really hard. But anyway, and then I just start to pat this in all over my face. No real rhyme or, you know, way to do it. I just press it in. Next, I take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze, and I only do just underneath my neck for where my double chin would be, just along the jawline, and then just kind of color it in a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just do this because I do have a little bit of a double chin and like my jawline isn't super strong or anything, so I do like to define it, especially when I have my hair up like this, just, you know. Then I take this icing makeup brush. It's from Claire's, and honestly, it's not that bad. You wouldn't think that they would have like the greatest brushes in the world, but I like this brush a lot. Anyway, I just start blending it underneath my neck like this. I just kind of bring it back and forth underneath, and then I start blending it down into my neck so you know everything blends okay. Then I take my beauty blender and I just further blend it in to make sure everything is blended and there's no like harsh edges or lines going on. I used to use it for like the whole cream contouring thing all over my face, but I think honestly those like gave me acne, like a really bad acne outbreak, because around the time I started using them, that's when my acne just started getting super hardcore bad. So once I stopped using them, it kind of lightened up, and then now it's like almost gone. So I don't know if I just had a bad reaction to that concealer, because that's never happened for me before. But I do use it underneath my neck still because my neck didn't react at all to it, so it's fine. Anyway, I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit in light medium, and I'm just going to be taking the vanilla shade right here. And sometimes I do the banana, but as you can tell, it's like almost gone, so I try to like switch it up between the two. And then I just start patting this in, mainly where I put concealer and I want it to highlight. And I'm just using this big fluffy Eco Tools brush. I think it's just the powder brush or something, or the blush brush, I'm not too sure. So next I'm going to take my Covergirl translucent powder in translucent light, fair, and I'm just going to be putting it into the puff. Oops, there goes my lid. I honestly do just use the puff in the palette or the powder because it's so fluffy and it just works so nice. So I just start packing that all over my face. This might seem like a little bit much to some people, but I do like a really matte face at first and then adding the shine later with highlighter. I just like making sure that my excuse me, my makeup is like completely set, because I do have such oily skin that if I don't do this, then my makeup's gonna be gone in like 2 hours. So I just keep pressing it in all over my face, just making sure to really get it in there. I guess you could think of it as a mild form of baking. I just don't leave all the excess on for too long. I just brush it away with my big powder brush from e.l.f. Just sweeping away any, you know, excess amounts that might have been left on my face and just blend everything in even more. Next, I'm going to take my Too Faced bronzer in Chocolate Soleil, and I'm just going to be taking my e.l.f. angled bronzer brush for this, just swirling it around in there. And then I'm just going to start buffing this into my face just to bronze all of my, bronze my face up. And then I'm going to go in with a contour shade after. I'm just mainly putting this on a bigger area to really bronze it up in here. So now going back in with my Anastasia palette, I'm going to be taking this color right here called Fawn. And I'm just going to use this to further contour my face in. Just putting it right in those cheekbones that, you know, don't really have, but I'm faking them. So I just bring it through my cheekbone and then into the side of my face along my jaw. And as I'm doing this, I kind of hold it like this at first, and then I kind of turn it more this way as I want to start blending it out more and more. Next, I'm going to be taking Champagne Pop from Becca and my fan brush from e.l.f. Just run it in there. And then I'm just going to apply this to the tops of my cheek. Oh girl, that highlight though. Ooh. Just apply that on top of my cheekbones, and then I also kind of just fan it along the side here just so it all glows together, you know? Next, I just take my ring finger and I swirl it around in there a little bit. And then I apply this right on the ball of my nose, and then just straight up, and then just blend it out as needed to highlight my little nosy. And then I take my finger back in there and then just put it along my cheek. And this is all I do for my face portion. Now for the eyebrows, I take my IT Cosmetics brow power thing, and it's empty. I just like it for the spoolie. So I just use this to brush out my eyebrows. So next I take my Anastasia brow powder in soft brown, and I take the light side first, just with an angled eyeliner brush, or not eyeliner brush, eyebrow brush. It's worn off. I got it from Walmart. It's just, I think it's from Still Cosmetics or something. But I'm just going to be placing this first along the lower line of my eyebrow. Can you see that? Yeah, the lower line of my eyebrow. And then I also take the same color on top and just draw like the outline of my eyebrow. Just like that. Then I mix the two, the darker color and the lighter color together. And I use this for my arch. Because my arch is like really silly looking because my natural eyebrows, I kind of screwed up a little bit. So I have to use the darker color to really fill it in and make sure looks filled in and stays filled in, if that makes sense. So I just curve near my tail, and it's gonna look a little wonky at first, but I clean it up after, don't you worry. And I just mix the dark and light color mostly just on my tail and just bring it down as far as I would like it. And then when I get to the front of my eyebrow, I just keep it vertical. And I just start filling in the front. Then I just brush back through it with that spoolie to place the hairs where I would like them. Then I take this concealer brush from e.l.f. It's just a tiny little guy like that. And I just clean up anywhere that needs to be cleaned up. It's usually my tail. And I just run it along until I get a shape that I like. And this is the final product. So this is what I do every day for my foundation routine. It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to do just because, you know, them eyebrows can be a pain in the ass sometimes to get even. They usually end up looking like cousins and not sisters, but it's a tough life. Yeah, if you want to see anything in particular, leave them down below and I'll try to do them. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I'll be making more videos soon. See you!